Imagine this. You've been texting her for weeks, planning dates, making her laugh. Everything seems perfect. And then, radio silence. Did she lose interest? Was it ever there? Most men assume women develop feelings instantly, like some magical switch flips in their hearts. But the truth? It's a psychological process, and it's far from predictable. Subscribe to the channel, it's free. How long does it actually take for a woman to catch feelings? 10 days? 10 weeks? Or is it never? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just change how you approach attraction forever. 1. The first spark. The myth of instant attraction. Many men believe that when a woman meets someone she's attracted to, she instantly knows whether she'll fall for him. Movies and love stories push this idea of love at first sight, where a woman locks eyes with a man across the room and immediately feels something deep. But real female psychology doesn't work that way. Attraction and emotional connection are two entirely different things. Attraction, this happens quickly, sometimes within seconds. It's mostly based on looks, body language, voice tone, and confidence. Emotional attachment, this takes time, consistency, and trust. It doesn't happen in a moment, it's built over multiple interactions. Example, the charismatic stranger versus the familiar presence. Imagine this. A woman walks into a cafe. She sees a confident, well-dressed man sitting in the corner, sipping his coffee. He looks up, meets her gaze, and smiles slightly. In that moment, she feels a spark. But does that mean she's already emotionally invested in him? Not at all. Now, let's say she has a male friend she's known for a while. He's not as striking at first glance, but over time, she starts to notice his humor, his reliability, the way he listens to her when she vents about her day. Slowly, attraction shifts into something deeper. Studies suggest that men form romantic interest faster than women do. A man may decide within minutes if he's interested in a woman, while women often take weeks or even months to develop deeper feelings. Why? Women's attraction is multi-layered. Looks may spark interest, but emotional security, confidence, and consistency build feelings. The fast food versus slow-cooked love analogy. Most men want attraction to be like fast food. Quick, convenient, instant satisfaction. But real emotional attachment is like slow-cooked barbecue. It takes time for the flavors to sink in, but when they do, it's rich, deep, and lasting. So if women don't fall in love instantly, what actually makes them start investing emotionally? The answer lies in the waiting game, where consistency, unpredictability, and challenge come into play. Let's break that down. 2. The emotional investment phase. The waiting game. Attraction may be instant, but emotional investment takes time. This is where many men make mistakes. Either they rush things, thinking consistency means texting her 24/7, or they get impatient when they don't see immediate results. Women develop feelings through patterns of experience, not singular moments. This means she needs to feel your presence over time, not all at once. She needs to associate positive emotions with you consistently. She needs to feel like she's winning you over, not just receiving your attention effortlessly. Example, the too eager guy versus the high-value guy. Imagine two men trying to win over the same woman. The too eager guy texts her good morning and good night every single day, responds instantly to every message, drops everything to be available when she asks. Result, she may appreciate it at first, but soon it becomes predictable and boring. No challenge, no excitement. She slowly loses interest because she doesn't have to work for his attention. The high-value guy texts her when he genuinely wants to talk, but isn't always available on demand. Keeps conversations engaging and emotionally stimulating. Shows he has a life beyond her, his own goals, hobbies, and social circle. Result, she starts thinking about him more, wondering when he'll text, anticipating their next interaction. Her brain releases dopamine from the unpredictability, making her more emotionally invested over time. The psychological phenomenon of uncertainty. Studies show that people value things more when they have to work for them. When attention and affection aren't predictable, it keeps her hooked. Think of gambling. People don't get addicted because they win every time. They get addicted because they might win. A little distance creates desire. Too much availability kills mystery. The free sample versus the VIP pass. Would you pay $100 for a VIP ticket if the event was free for everyone? Probably not. Likewise, when a woman doesn't have to work for a man's attention, she won't value it. But if she feels like she's earned his emotional investment, it becomes meaningful. So she's starting to invest emotionally. But here's the catch. Not every woman will develop feelings for you. Why? There are hidden barriers that can completely stop emotional connection in its tracks. Let's break those down next. 3. The fear factor. Why some women never develop feelings. Just because a woman likes spending time with you doesn't mean she will develop deep feelings. Sometimes, no matter how much effort you put in, she simply won't cross that line from attraction to emotional investment. Why? Fear. Women have emotional defense mechanisms, subconscious barriers that prevent them from developing feelings for certain men. These barriers are built from past trauma, emotional experiences, and their perception of your value. Example, the perfect guy who gets rejected. Imagine a guy who does everything right. He listens to her. He treats her with respect. He's consistent and available. He never pressures her into anything. Logically, he should be the perfect choice. Right? Yet, she doesn't feel anything deep for him. Now compare him to the guy who makes her work for his attention, creates emotional highs and lows, shows confidence and unpredictability. Even though the second guy isn't as perfect, he triggers stronger emotions. The 3 biggest emotional barriers that stop women from developing feelings. 1. Unresolved past trauma, the emotional block. If a woman has been hurt before, she may have subconscious walls up to protect herself. She avoids deep emotional investment because she fears getting hurt again. She might be attracted to you, but will resist letting those feelings grow. Example, she was in a toxic relationship where she was manipulated and used. Now, even though she finds you attractive, she pushes you away to avoid repeating the same experience. How to overcome it? Patience and consistency. If she has emotional walls, don't rush things. Let her open up naturally. Show emotional control. If you get needy or reactive, it confirms her fears. Stay grounded. 2. The too much too soon trap, the desperation effect. If you overwhelm her with affection before she's emotionally ready, she will instinctively pull away. Example, a man meets a woman and within 2 weeks, he texts her all day, starts planning a future with her, gets upset if she doesn't respond immediately. She may have liked him initially, but now she feels pressured. Instead of growing feelings, she shuts down. How to overcome it? Match her energy. If she's giving 30%, don't give 100%. Let attraction build organically. Let her miss you. If she's always getting your attention, she never has a reason to chase you. 3. The lack of challenge, the nice guy problem. Here's a harsh truth. If a woman never has to work for a man's attention, she won't value it. Women need to feel like they're winning a man over. If everything is too easy, there's no emotional investment. Example, a man confesses his love too early, showers her with compliments, and never disagrees with her. At first, she enjoys the attention, but soon she gets bored. There's no mystery, no tension, no challenge. How to overcome it? Be confident in your value. Don't be too available. She should feel like your attention is earned. Inject unpredictability. Keep some mystery in your interactions. The all-you-can-eat versus exclusive tasting analogy. If a restaurant gives out free meals all the time, people don't value the food. But if it's an exclusive dining experience where people have to book weeks in advance, suddenly it feels special. Attraction works the same way. If your attention is too easy to get, it loses value. But if she feels like she's earning your emotional connection, it becomes meaningful. Now that you know what stops women from developing feelings, here's the real question. How do you break through those emotional barriers and make her feel deeply connected to you? That's what we'll cover next. 4. The secret to triggering deep emotional bonding. Attraction gets her attention. Emotional bonding makes her stay. Many men believe that being nice or being available will make a woman emotionally invested. But real bonding isn't about constant presence, it's about creating a dynamic that triggers deep emotional engagement. A woman doesn't fall for a man because he is nice. She falls for a man because he makes her feel something powerful. Excitement, anticipation, security, and even a little bit of fear of losing him. Example, the forgettable guy versus the unforgettable guy. Imagine 2 men who both date the same woman for a month. The forgettable guy takes her to nice dinners, texts her daily, always responds immediately, tells her exactly how much he likes her, over and over. Never challenges her opinions, agrees with everything she says. What happens? She enjoys the attention, but there's no deep emotional connection. He's predictable, and her feelings never intensify. She eventually drifts away. The unforgettable guy takes her on unique experiences instead of just dinners. Balances presence and absence. She never knows exactly when he'll text. Expresses interest, but in a way that makes her work for more. Challenges her in playful, thought-provoking conversations. What happens? She starts thinking about him constantly, replaying their conversations, wondering what he's doing when he's not with her. The 3 key triggers for deep emotional bonding. 1. The power of shared emotional experiences. People bond deeply when they experience strong emotions together. Example, instead of taking her to a standard dinner date, take her on a thrilling activity like rock climbing or a roller coaster ride. A deep, meaningful conversation under the stars. A spontaneous road trip where something unexpected happens. Why it works. The brain releases dopamine and oxytocin during exciting or emotional experiences. If she feels these emotions with you, she subconsciously associates them with you. 2. The push-pull effect. Tension and reward. This is the most powerful technique for making a woman feel emotionally drawn to you. Pull. Give her attention. Be engaged. Make her feel special. Push. Withdraw slightly. Become unpredictable. Make her wonder about your level of interest. Example, one night, you're deeply engaged in a conversation with her, laughing and connecting. The next day, you respond slower to texts, focusing on your own life. Why it works. Her brain starts working overtime to figure you out. She begins to chase your validation, which makes her more emotionally invested. Number 3, the art of emotional vulnerability, but in small doses. Women bond deeply when they see your emotional depth, but here's the catch. You must reveal it gradually. Example, instead of dumping your entire life story in one night, share small, meaningful details over time. Talk about challenges you've overcome. Share a personal struggle, but show how you grew from it. Open up only after she's emotionally invested in you. Why it works. Women fall for men who have layers. If you slowly reveal different sides of yourself, it creates mystery and intrigue. The movie trailer versus full movie analogy. Think about movie trailers. They give just enough to get people hooked, but never reveal the entire story. Now imagine if a movie trailer spoiled every plot twist up front. Would you still feel the excitement? Emotional bonding works the same way. If you reveal everything too soon, there's no mystery. But if you leave breadcrumbs for her to discover, she becomes deeply invested. Now that you know how to trigger deep emotional bonding, the next question is, how do you make sure she never loses those feelings for you? That's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about that next. If you found this insight powerful, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content that will change the way you see attraction forever. And remember, patience isn't waiting. Patience is knowing what's worth waiting for. See you in the next one.